Hi there, this is going to be a series of video tutorials for CTTC's Digital Assets Management System. And this is just designed to reinforce the training that has already been provided as well as be a resource for you later. To start with, let's go ahead and get logged in. And you're going to go to mediabin.visitcalifornia.com and you'll encounter the login screen. Now you're going to want to use your existing CTTC user ID and password. And under domain, you're going to want to make sure that staff is selected. The other option here is going to be for when we roll this out to the public later and we have other users other than staff. Agree to the terms of service and click connect. So in this first video tutorial, we're just going to cover a little bit about the Mediabin interface, and I'd like to introduce you to the CTTC asset folder structure and how those are designed. Now, in the center of your screen here, you're going to see your assets area. Right now, you're just viewing a list of the folders, but once you start conducting searches and drilling down further into the folders, this area here is going to become populated by your assets. Now, in the upper left-hand corner of your screen is your preview TV. This is where you're going to be able to see your assets in a larger view when you roll over them in your asset area. Just below that, you're going to find your tabs, your Find tab and your Folders tab. Under this Find tab that we're looking at right here is where we're going to conduct searches, and as you can see, there are some options available here that we're going to discuss in a later tutorial. For now, go ahead and click on the Folders tab, and you'll see here the list of CTTC asset folders. Now, the CTTC folder here is an admin-only folder, so you most likely won't be seeing that. But what you will see is advertising, editorial media, expired, general, industrial, travel trade, and web galleries, as well as links to the shopping cart and search results. Now, just to finish up the real quick overview of the interface, if you take a look at the upper right-hand corner, you have your menu bar, where you have options like View, Add, Action, Copy, Check-in, Check-out, Shopping Cart, Email, Tools, and Help. We'll cover those in more detail later. The icons just below that are the Presentation Workbench, which is a feature that we're currently not using, Find Similar Image, Download, and Configure. Down at the very bottom, you'll find some of your viewing options. Now, let's pop over here into one of the folders and take a look at what it looks like when you have assets populating your assets area. We're currently looking at this in List View, but you can come down here to your View options and click Gallery View, and you can see that that provides you a slightly larger thumbnail and a little less information. Going back to List View, you can see that in addition to the small thumbnail, you have the name of the asset, the size, the type, and the original file size. When you roll over an asset, it shows in larger scale in your Preview TV. If you'd like to enlarge your Preview TV, come up to the menu bar under View, Preview TV, and select Big. That gives you an even larger view. Now, if you click on an image, you'll get a Properties window pop up that's going to give us additional information about this image. Currently, if you look under Group here, we're viewing all of the metadata, and there's a lot of data here that may or may not be important to you. CTTC has narrowed it down a little bit, so if you click on the group drop-down box and select CTTC, it's going to give you some information that's a little bit more pertinent to what you're looking for. Example, it shows here that you can take a look at the rights available for this image, the expiration date of this image, the categories that CTTC has placed them under. It gives you some other information about the source, the regions, keywords, and photo credit information as well. Now go ahead and close out that, and we'll take a look at our list view again. Now I wanted to point out that if you wanted to change the information that was available to you in list view, you can go up to the upper right hand corner and click on the configure icon. This is going to give you some flexibility. If there was some additional information that you wanted available under your list view, you can scroll through the metadata and click Add to add it to the columns that are going to appear here in your list view. Conversely, if you wanted to remove something that wasn't important to you, you could click on that and remove it. Now let's go back to the folders and talk a little bit more in depth about the rights associated with the folders. We'll make our preview TV smaller again, and we'll take a look under the Folders tab. The CTTC folder structure is organized around uses and the rights associated with that use. So you'll see here that you have an advertising folder, and within that you have broadcast, online, and print. So if you have a use or a need for an image for broadcast advertising, you're going to want to make sure that you search within the broadcast advertising folder. Likewise for online and print. Under editorial media, it's further broken down into online and print as well. Anything under editorial media is something that you're going to provide to a media outlet or in a press release or something like that that's going to promote California. This expired folder here you're never going to search in. It's something that shows here for you, but it just has all the images that California Tourism's rights to have expired. So you're never going to want to look in there for images. This general folder is where you're going to find CTTC brand elements like logos, templates, and other program elements. The industrial use folder is for internal reproduction such as packaging, posters, presentations, any kind of collateral design, or something that's used for event decor that's not going to be redistributed. As for travel trade, this really means for third-party distribution. So whether it's a member of the travel trade that you're providing an image to for them to use in a catalog or in a travel trade print ad, that's where you're going to find those kind of images. Web galleries is just a selection of CTTC event photos that you're also going to find on the B2B site. If you need any additional information about the rights or uses for these folders, you can reference the CTTC rights definitions document that was provided to you upon training. That wraps up this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we're going to cover how to search for assets.